You might remember a few months ago, Cat Shoulders and I stood at this very table and emptied out our tech pouches, showing you what we brought to the office on a typical visit. Today, I'm joined by Zach Weiss, co-founder of Worn and Wound, to do something similar with backpacks. Zach and I each bought independently of one another, without coordination.
No coordination.
No coordination at all. A Peak Designs everyday backpack.
Yeah.
25 liter, both of us, right?
Yeah. Two Zachs, same backpack.
Two Zachs, almost the same backpack. So today we're going to show you how we use these backpacks on a regular basis, because it's a pretty interesting design and allows you to kind of customize it to your own needs any way you'd like. I'm Zach Kazan, managing editor at Worn and Wound. Let's get into it. I wanted to ask you why you decided to go with the Peak Designs backpack, and how do you use it on a regular basis?
Originally, I got it because of the travel that I've been doing. I got it right before I went to Japan with Grand Seiko, because I wanted a solution to more responsibly carry my camera gear. For a long time, I just kind of had it floating in my backpack and hopefully a soft case, but not really well protected. And I found sort of cubes and things like that were maybe better for the travel portion, but not the like walking around portion of trips. I went to Peak Design simply because I also have the Tech Pack, another Tech Pack fan here, and I just thought it was a really well-designed piece of gear. I also have been using their straps for a long time. I think that's probably where a lot of people get their introduction to Peak Design. So it started really travel focused, but since then it has become my everyday backpack, and that is because it has so many little things on it that is just better than any other backpack I've ever had.
So yeah, let's get into it. I'll just start kind of like opening this up and showing you some of the features. The main compartment is this top compartment here, which has this magnetic latch. I mean, I actually don't have a lot in here because I like to keep it pretty open, because as I'm traveling, I find that if I'm buying like a snack or picking up like a watch or something at the office, I like to be able to quickly stash something in here. But the things that sort of live in here all the time are my Bose noise canceling headphones and my glasses, and everything else, as you can kind of see, it's pretty open in here. There's a lot of space. But what really makes this backpack interesting are these side panels. And you can open it up on the side, and you have this ability to kind of like, create your own sort of like storage system, within the backpack by using these, what would you call them? Like sort of like
the shelves?
These shelves that, people who are, familiar with camera bags will be very familiar with. These are sort of like used in a slightly different execution in a backpack style bag here. You can see here, this is the top section, which is empty now. This middle section on this side, this is where I store my camera, and I have it wrapped in one of these Temba wraps just because it doesn't quite fit securely in the, in the shelf the way that I have it. It's my Leica Q2. On the side panels here, there's pockets, and then we won't empty this out entirely because you can refer back to the other video for that, but this is the Peak Designs tech pouch, which has, my mouse, all my cables, lots of different tech. Other side of the backpack, I've set up that shelf with the camera on it in the middle, so that I can fit a watch roll on the other side. That's sort of the bag. There's also a pocket here that I'm currently not using. There's an extra pocket in the top flap here with a magnet that's really handy if you need to. I think that's like a good solution maybe for like a passport or valuables. It's sort of hidden. Just a really, I think, useful backpack. And it's basically all the stuff that I had in my other backpack is in here, but it's just like more thoughtfully laid out.
It's interesting because you're using this for like light commuting right now. It's sort of your go-to gear bag. You just traveled down from where you live to the office for a few days here in the week. I've used mine for like sort of longer term travel and then just like daily. So I found sort of different ways to use it. One of the things that was really sort of groundbreaking for me, and I didn't realize how to do this at first, was actually to get everything out of my tech pack and into all those pockets, which really opened it up so that I could get a lot more gear in. I also do often travel with mine for photo specifically. Like I'll come to the office on the weekends with extra photo gear, which like it's really miraculous how all these things fit in here. One thing you didn't talk about was the laptop sleeve in the back.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I've got my laptop in here too.
Which is a great compartment for storing laptops or anything flat. So I will put reflector cards in there and other things. And there's a very large pocket in there as well. So awesome. You want to see how I use my bag?
Absolutely.
So here's my Peak Design everyday backpack in black. Just plain black. It's actually a really nice looking black though, because this material, which is like has like a roughness to it, is sort of matte, just, I don't know, looks kind of mean in a good way. It's, you know, usually the other backpacks I've usually used were like topo bags and like fun and colorful.
Yeah.
So this is sort of a foil.
Very
to
different
those.
style, yeah.
Very different style, very discreet in the city kind of a thing. So something I also, I find this essential on daily backpacks is side compartments, or,
Yep.
you know, because I do, especially in the summer, carry a water bottle with me everywhere I go because I will die otherwise. And the other is to have my umbrella with me. If I don't keep it here, I will never know where it is, so I just carry it with me all the time.
Very smart, yeah.
This was something I didn't notice for a long time, but there was a little dongle on here that actually had the same sort of
Yep.
little quick design, quick release system here, which is super cool. I put a loop on it because I'm a dork, but this came in handy when we were in Geneva because I pull it out every now and then. It's a 10x loop. You know, you can see if the brands are holding up their end of that printing promise. You know, so in the main compartment. Right now, similarly, I have my headphones. I do carry those around every day. Those are my Sony headphones. It's a little light right now, but I would always have my lunch box in here, which is like a little glass box. It's in the fridge currently, but between that and this, it's actually most of the top space on a daily. But I will also keep in here like other lenses. I have my flash with me today, and I set it up with just one compartment in the bottom and then the top space. Okay. I also use these side pockets a lot. Like I said, I found when I was traveling that if I stripped down a little bit on what I brought, that I could fit everything I really needed for charging batteries, cables, and everything into all these different pockets, and thus not have to carry that tech pack as well, which is great. In this lower pocket, which zips, so these ones on the top don't zip. They have a little magnet. In here, there's also tiny little pockets that are like sewn in, which are nice for like an SD card or something.
Cards, yeah.
I haven't really used those too much, but it is cool that they are there. So I don't travel with two cameras every day, but I did today to kind of show this. So right now I have my Sony in here. I often leave it naked because, if I put something else with it, it's usually just alone. If there's something else with it, I will cover one of the things. Mm-hmm. But here it is, my A7C-R. And then I also have my Leica with me, which I did put in this case, which doesn't really fit it, but I've had it for a while. So there's my Leica. But when I did travel, when I went to Istanbul, for example, I did have both these cameras with me. They were both packed in here. Some other really cool things about this. So when traveling, it does have the slot to put it on, which is so great.
That is the most essential thing on any backpack for me, is having that, the ability to like attach to your other luggage. Like,
it's absolutely, it's really wonderful.
It's a deal breaker if it doesn't have that.
You have a chest strap here, something I've been using the chest strap for. This is really dorky, but if I have like a tote or like another bag with me and I keep it on my shoulder, it really annoys me when they slide down. Mm-hmm. So I hook it through there and then reattach this.
That's smart.
And so it won't fall off. But yeah, I think that's just about everything I use on it. Like I said, there's like hidden stuff throughout this thing.
Yeah.
Like whoa, like straps, look. Like it's pretty wild, all the stuff that's built into this backpack.
These straps I think are meant to like attach, like if you have like a jacket or something, you can kind of like...
Yeah, I think you could like cross them here.
Yep.
Maybe even like a tripod, like a light tripod or something like that.
Yeah, it's a really cool backpack. I love the way that you can customize it to your needs.
Let's pull out a shelf.
Let's pull out a shelf.
These things are pretty cool. So it came with what, like 2 or 3 of these?
3, yeah.
So here you can see the Velcro. It can attach anywhere in here. Like there's no like lines that you have to follow. It's padded, but it also does this rad thing where like everything flips up.
Yep.
So you can have compartments within the shelf. And as you can see, like you could perfectly fit a lens there, and then, maybe like 3 smaller like prime lenses on one shelf or something like that, or, 1 longer lens, and etc. But it just does all this really great stuff.
Yep. You can dial in the size of each shelf. The other thing I really like about these backpacks is the use of magnets. I feel like there's just something like really satisfying about like, feeling and hearing that like magnet latch, especially on the top portion here.
I love this closure.
Yeah.
It's not like, part of me is a little paranoid somebody could reach into my bag sometimes because this isn't like a complete closure. But like when you're on the go and you just want to reach and you can just like clip it on so fast. It doesn't work when it's totally empty, but this just catches, and it's just so easy.
It's really good on a plane.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to like kind of unlatch that and just sort of, have all the things that you want most access to in that top level without like fiddling with zippers. It's really nice. Thank you, Zach, for dumping all of your possessions out onto this table. It's been a lot of fun to see how you use your backpack and kind of contrast how we each use the same form factor for quite different things. We hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Definitely feel free to like this video and subscribe if you'd like to see more. And thank you for joining us.